Hi, welcome to Trinity Talk Live, water cooler conversation from a Christian perspective. I'm Mary Kay Coughlin, and I have taken over from Ken. He is behind the camera this week because today we're talking about fellowship, and that's my thing here at Trinity. And this is part of my team. I want them to just quickly introduce themselves. Just give us your name and maybe something that you do for fellowship. So we'll start down at the end.
Hi, I'm Loretta Baker, and my part in fellowship is helping to decorate our social events.
Pass the microphone on.
Hi, I'm Sharon French, and I'm the Northex Coffee Social Coordinator since May of last year, and I work with 14 very dedicated volunteers for the Coffee Social.
Hello, I'm Phyllis Ostendorf, and I've been on the fellowship board for many years and have do decorating with Loretta. We plan the special social events and the pit beef event.
Hello, I'm Frank Ostendorf. Also have been on the fellowship board for many years. We plan the pit beef event several times a year, and also the Lenten soup and salad events.
Hello, I'm Betty Manthe. I'm part of the fellowship board. My main objective here in the fellowship board is I do the special events like the baptism, the communion, reception, the confirmation reception, the bereavement luncheons.
Hi, I'm Deborah Norton, and I am the co-director of the fellowship team, and I've been involved. This will be my second time around doing this, and I kind of help out wherever I'm needed.
All right, so first off, let's start off by just sort of defining for everybody, what does fellowship mean? So you can just tell me what fellowship means to you. It doesn't have to be like what the Bible says or what Pastor Jay would say, but what does fellowship mean to you guys?
I think it means like a friendly gathering of people like with the same interest. And of course, in my area, it's food. So people are very happy with a cup of coffee in their hand and some donuts. So that kind of opens conversation, and it really does lead to fellowship.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I kind of feel like, for me, fellowship is a way to look to strengthen the bonds of our church members and outside our church too, hopefully. And obviously for the fellowship team, one of the primary ways we do it is with food.
Yeah.
But like I said, to me, that's the most important part, is a way to strengthen the bonds.
And that's important for a church to do too. I mean, one of the hardest problems that we have as a church leadership is you bring in the new members like we did this week, and then what happens to them? So I think that by providing them opportunities to get together with other members and get to know them in a setting that maybe is a little less, intimidating is maybe the right word, is helpful. So that's what we do, right? Betty, you want to say something? Yeah.
I think with the fact that we're such a large church and that we have 3 church services, that when we have the fellowship gatherings, it enables us to meet people from the other services
That's
that
true.
we may never get to meet.
Because we don't sit next to them in the pew.
Well, and we don't go to the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so anybody else? All right, so let's talk about some of the things that our fellowship team does here. Okay, so sort of to help out with that, I'm going to ask a question. What is your favorite event that we do? Who's going to go first? Come on.
I guess my favorite event is the Reformation Sunday. We get to look at the history and our ancestors and what got us to this point, and we get to taste some of our food from where we started from, and it's just fun, just cooking and going through all those traditional things that we don't normally get to do throughout the year. So that's my favorite part.
Anybody else?
One of my favorite events for the fellowship board is the pit beef sale that we do several times a year. Um, there's a lot of camaraderie with some of the other fellas that help out with it, and we actually recruit some of the people who used to be on the fellowship board but aren't anymore, but they still do help out. So in that way, fellowship continues on, even though some of these people have moved on to maybe a different board or a different place in the church, but they still do help out.
Sorry, I'm going to add one more event that is maybe a controversial choice, but I really enjoy our Lent soup and salads. And I enjoy it because I think it gets us kind of into a rhythm of the season. And I also enjoy it because I think it's a lovely way to include the members of the congregation. It's not just the fellowship team preparing a meal for everybody. It's, the whole congregation.
We recruit other
Yeah.
members of the like other small groups or ministry teams come in and help us serve, and so they get to see a little bit about what we do. And we talked about this when I told you I was going to bring up this question. I actually enjoy is maybe a little bit of the wrong word, but my favorite things to do are actually the bereavement lunches. Not because I really like the fact that we have to be there because somebody has passed away, but usually when that happens to one of the families, I really want to do something for them. And so it gives me an outlet of how I can serve that family and take a little worry off of them and make something special when in their remembrance of their family member. So I sort of, like I said, enjoy is not quite the right word, but they have a special place in my heart. All right, so anybody else before we move?
Well, this just started a couple years ago, and I think that it's really nice. And it's the cookie social that we do every December, and that also gets a lot of the congregation involved because we ask for donations, and it's a way for you to show off your talent in what kind of cookies you bake or something that's your favorite. And then we also set up the fellowship hall, and it looks really beautiful with all the decorations for Christmas. And then we have Santa and Mrs. Claus come for the kids. So that's a really special day as well.
Okay, so we've mentioned a lot of our things. Is there anybody, and we've mentioned the coffee socials that we do in the narthex. Those happen after the services. Is there anything else you can think of that we do that we haven't really mentioned that you'd like to mention? We mentioned the Lenten soup and salads.
How about the candy making? Is that, the eggs, is that part of us?
No, it's
Okay.
actually,
Well, I enjoy that.
that's actually
Even though it's
women's.
not
We talked about that. Yeah, go ahead.
I think another thing that I enjoy is the Thanksgiving Eve pie social.
Oh, that
And
is fun.
watching these young men and women try to see who could eat the entire pie first.
The pie eating contest. It was a little eye-opening the first time I saw it. They have strategies,
Yeah,
and
there is a strategy, but I won't tell on.
no, I won't either. But yeah, it's a little also disgusting to watch, as well as being fun. I mean, yes, watching them shove, because some of them are really fast. Anybody else? Okay, so no, well, I've got my own microphone. She's trying to pass the microphone on to you. Let's see. What else do we do? Can anybody think of any other? Well, we have a couple of outreach type of programs that other people run, but one is run by somebody who's sitting on this board, and it's the bowling league. Would you like to talk to us a little bit about the bowling league?
During the winter months, starting the last week of January, we have a bowling league that bowls for about 12 to 15 weeks, depending on how the calendar is made up, because we take off Super Bowl Sunday and then we also take off on Easter Sunday. But it's members of Trinity are in the bowling league, as well as some outsiders. So it's a little something outside of church that we all do. It's kind of a break from all the other events that we do. It's more of a fun thing for everybody to join in.
And there was another cute event that happened in October that I got to be involved in for the first time. It was the Blessing of the Animals, which was really nice. We have it's around the feast day of Saint Francis of Assisi, who was known for uh, preaching even to the animals. um, and Pastor Chuck blesses all the animals, and we serve cookies and dog biscuits because it's mostly dogs that show up. Although this year we did have a guinea pig, which was kind of cute. So I enjoyed that one for the that was nice. I wish I could have brought my dogs, but one of them gets car sick, and that's not pretty. Not at all. All right, so let's see. Now let's talk about how our congregation can get involved. We talked about soup and salad, and if they're a part of a small group or a ministry that wants to serve. But we have these Valentine's Day candies. I'm going to hold this up. They're out in the narthex, so they'll be out there because, fellowship is February is fellowship month. And February also says Valentine's Day to us, so we bought some Valentines for everybody. And on them is a hint about how people can help our team. And some of you have them. Can you read what they say?
Okay, you can share the love by signing up to bring an item to one of our many events like the soup and salad. You can bring a soup or a dessert.
You can support our team by volunteering to be a substitute host for the coffee social, and I totally agree.
I thought it was appropriate that you got that one.
You can support our team by joining the Memorial Meals team.
Yeah, I refer.
If you're retired or maybe you have a part-time job where you have days available, and you want to be volunteering, just give us your name so that you can be on a list. And then if that event comes up and it might be your day off, then you can come in and help us a couple hours. That would be wonderful.
Yeah. Those are kind of last minute things that we get.
Exactly. Okay, and you can, actually, Sharon, this one's for you. It's like, you can support our team by bringing in donuts or cookies for the coffee social. I don't know if a lot of people realize, but all the foods that we give out there are actually donations from our congregation. So anything you can bring in to help is so greatly appreciated.
You can support our team by volunteering to serve at one of our events, of which we have plenty.
Yeah.
Well, that also includes coming and helping us with the pit beef too. We've had. So, what about other churches? Because we do have some viewers who are not, oddly enough, from Trinity. And so we have some people who watch us from other states, even other countries, believe it or not. So what can some of these other churches do, maybe if they don't have fellowship events? What do you think would be a good places to start?
I think the cookie social would be a great idea to start with because, you can at least get a few people to donate some cookies and you can make it as fun and as creative as you want.
And that's at Christmas time.
Well, not just Christmas time.
No?
I think any kind of cookie reception would be a fun
Okay.
time. And just throw a theme in there for it and just make it a fun thing just to get people to relax a little bit and open themselves up a little bit.
Probably on a small scale of that, Loretta. Let them even start with the cookie social after church to get to know each other.
Yeah, so offer
if
coffee.
they've never done something like that, and then it could broaden into that.
Oh, Frank's.
Part of our soup and salad event that's upcoming is for each Wednesday night, we will have a theme for the event. The first one, I believe, is the menu is going to be a chicken Caesar salad. And other weekends, or other Wednesdays, I should say, we have a chuck wagon type night, which is Western type foods. Another event is a seafood night.
Yeah, we have a seafood
So
night.
we have a different theme, and if you wanted to contribute by donating a soup of some kind in that
Theme.
in that theme would be perfect.
But Frank, if they don't know how to make a soup in that theme, their soups would always be welcome that night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's just something to make it a little different, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I did hear you guys say start small. So that's something that seems to be a running piece of advice from all the teams. Pick something, start small. Don't try to make it too elaborate. And then you touched on the fact that we have services on Lent. The Thanksgiving Eve Pie Social is also attached to a special service. The Blessing of the Animals was a special service. We also do Advent meals. I don't think we ever mentioned those, did we? We do meals before the Advent services that we have here. So what Deborah and I were talking about earlier before the show started was that we seem to piggyback off of a lot of events and use our food and fellowship as an added incentive, if you would, to get them to come to the service as well. So we're tying in not only worship and discipleship, but we're throwing a little fellowship into the mix. So that's a good place to maybe start if you're looking to expand the fellowship at your church. So, any other last bits? Did you wanted to say something?
Probably most of the people in the congregation know, but during Lent and on Maundy Thursday, the meals are served twice a day, at lunchtime they're after the service, and in the evening they're before the service.
That's right. So that's something we do here at Trinity. But again, starting with a soup and salad every Wednesday of Lent might be a little bit hard for a church to do, but pick Ash Wednesday. Do it on Monday, Thursday, because usually churches have services those 2 days. So that might be a way to start. All right. So I would like to thank you all for coming out here because fellowship is representing, let me tell you. Woohoo! And if you'd like to help out and be a part of our fellowship team, just contact me at either my email or my phone number, which I am sure my husband is putting down at the bottom of the screen right now. And I'm going to thank my team for showing up because that was really awesome of you guys. And now I'm going to do the spiel that my husband always does, and I got to look at my notes because I don't do it every week. If you like this video, click the like. I'm sorry, I'm going to do it with more enthusiasm. If you like this video, click the like button on the YouTube channel. That's the thumbs up button right here. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, please do that. It'll help you keep up to date on this program and the others that we have on our channel. Please share this video with your family and friends because they need to see me looking like a fool. We have our own Facebook page on Trinity Joppa channel. Please like our page. You need to check us out there for behind the scenes announcements and to give us feedback. And if there's a show that you want us to do, please tell us there because we're always looking for ideas. Next Monday is President's Day, and our offices here at Trinity will be closed because of that, and we usually film on Mondays. We will not be having a show next week. So come back in 2 weeks and see what we got cooking. And I'm going to thank my guests again. Thank you, Loretta and Sharon and Phyllis and Frank and Betty and Deborah for being with me and joining me and making all the other teams here at Trinity jealous. Thank you, viewers, for watching, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. God bless.
In your word we will follow. Hey, if you haven't joined our Patreon yet, would you mind giving it your prayerful consideration? Patreon is a way you can support the Trinity Joppa YouTube channel. We've got multiple tiers to choose from, starting as low as $2 per month. Visit www.patreon.com/TrinityJoppa for all the details. Thank you. God bless.